Hey everybody. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have a bald spot on my head. And guys, look at this. Isn't that precious? Oh, I'm shaking over here. It just has a bunch of water. So let me give you guys an update as to what is happening and what I am doing and what's going on in my teaching life. So the last time I talked to you guys was Wednesday. Thursday was chaotic. A lot of my kids came to school sick, especially one of my poor kiddos. Like, he was really out. I'm like, honey, why didn't you stay home? Because my mom had to work. So I mean, I understand that, but definitely, like, I just told him to put his head down because he really looked like he was about to faint. I felt so bad for him. But and you know, my kids, they're sneezing and coughing, and you know, they're not, you know, we don't have masks here. They do provide masks in the front office, so I'm gonna tell them that tomorrow, like, hey guys, if you want masks, go to the front office and they'll give you one. But a lot of my kids came to school sick on Thursday, and the unfortunate thing is, because now that we're at a district, it's like you have to kind of prepare for a sub. It's not like you can come in and like a sub's gonna be there for you. It's like you have to call a sub or they're gonna assign one for you. Now, unfortunately, my partner teacher, she fell sick on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So on Wednesday, they did have like an emergency. It was kind of like an associate teacher. The only thing is, technically, associate teachers who do not have a certification in education, they really cannot be covering a class. It's like legal issues. So they said that on Thursday they were all going to be with me. So for about 2 hours out of the entire day, I did have all 30 kids in my room. That was crazy. It was like for 1 hour in the morning, and then this guy here, he's kind of like an MCL, like he works with like the math and science teachers. He was able to come in and take them, and like, you know, because he's certified, he's legally able to do that. And then, but he did have lunch duty when I had indoor recess. So I had all of my kids here for 30 minutes. I just told them, just go on the computers. Because normally I do have like those games that I showed you guys, but it was just like, no, we're not going to take out the games today. Just be on your computers for today, okay? So no problems with that. Now, the unfortunate thing is, do I have something red here? I might be burned. Oh my god. Guys, on Friday, I woke up, technically on Thursday night, I was just not feeling it. I was like, oh my god, my body is just drained. I don't know if it was like the 30 kids that pushed me over, or whether it was because like I had literally sick kids, you know, all over the place. So it was just a combination of things, and my body just burnt itself out. And on Friday, I called in sick, and I took one of my sick days. We have 13 sick days, guys. Oh my god. So, like, at my old district, we had 5. We have 13, and 3 of those are wellness days, which you have to use, guys. I mean, isn't that just amazing? I came to school from my parents' house. I got here around 6:10, 6:15. And let me tell you guys, those 30 minutes in the morning went by quick. Like, quick. I did some stations. I prepared a lot of stations. The number one most thing that I want to show you guys is so useful. Like, oh my goodness, it was unbelievable. I prepared a couple things. I put some stuff away. I sharpened all the pencils because they did use all my pencils. I did kind of like put things away, and now my desk looks like a mess. But today I focused primarily on ORAs. Now, if you don't know what ORAs mean, it's the running record. It's a fancy new word. I have 30 kids. I have 2 weeks to get them done, and so 2 weeks starting from today. I have 1, 2, 12, 13. and I have 30 kids. So I need 15 more kids. Oh, by the way, guys, I have some kids in Spiral, which is like a GT course. I had literally 9 kids in my room today. I was like, I walked in my class like, where is everybody? Oh, they're in Spiral. All of them? Technically, so I had 9 kids. I have 15. So 6 of them were gone. 2 of them were like absent, like they were just like not here, like they were sick or they were somewhere out. And then 4 of them were in Spiral. So technically on Mondays, it's gonna be every Monday from now on till like the end of the school year. Technically on Mondays, I like to do more stations with the ones that are here, and then on Tuesday I try to do more of like an actual, like, okay, let's actually read a book, let's actually do some lessons, because on Monday, yes, they're GT, yes, they're Spiral, yes, they're able to understand it more, but if they're not here to like listen to the lesson, they themselves still might be like confused, you know. So I'm trying not to like, you know, confuse them too much, or I'm trying to like wait until they come back to like teach whole group, and then I can like do small groups. But right now I'm not doing small groups. I am doing the ORAs, but they did say that was acceptable. They did say that I could do the ORAs as small groups. So let me go ahead and show you what I did. I did work a little bit on Friday since I wasn't feeling well. I was feeling much better around like 3 p.m. I know, towards the end of the day. So I was able to like, you know, be home and like do some actual schoolwork. So let me show you guys. Alright, so this is what you see. This is the state of my classroom right now. Oh goodness, still looking the same. Alright, so that's what that looks like. Sorry y'all, I'm a little shaky. Alright, so like I said, this is my oral reading analysis binder. I do need to make a binder spine because I did have one like skinny, but that was no way gonna fit. No way, Jose. Okay, so we're doing our sentences. Our sentences are looking great. Every day we do a word, the 20 base words that I showed you guys, and then we create a sentence. So that is going great. And now over here, I kind of decided what to do with these bins, because a lot of teachers use them for like, oh, like the second class, you need to put your stuff in here. I'm not about that live. So in here I actually decided to do more centers and stations. So all of these eventually are going to be centers, stations, or supplies. So you see like back there, they're like my headphones. So like for example like that. So this one is the emoji writing. I showed you guys this on my last, ooh, sorry, I got the hiccups. My last vlog. Now the only thing was, I did notice something. I noticed that the template that it had, it was like spaced weird. So like these little oh, by the way guys, over the weekend I did decide to make it in color. So now all of these are in color, and I did make 2 sets of them, so that way 2 kids can have the sad emoji, because this does take a while to like print it, laminate it, and then cut every little single, you know, little emoji. So we have, I think, 6 of them in total, so 6 kids can do this at one time. I'm still debating whether I should do 15, because if this is like a station, you know, and I don't have enough for like 15 kids, so I think 6 will be fine. And then in here we have, so tomorrow we're continuing with compound words, and so these are like 4th and 5th grade. I'll put the link down below, but it's basically from the Florida research, like something like that. I'll put a link down below in the description. This is for my 4th and 5th like advanced group. They basically create compound words, you know, that starts with the letter. So that is good to go. This one is compound words, and then I always like to print and laminate the instructions so that way the kids can actually like see it. So these are all compound words. They have to like put them face down. It's kind of like that matching game where they have to pick 2, and if they match, they, you know, take them. So that's good to go. Again, all of these I got from that website. They really focus a lot on centers and like activities. This one, it's for fluency. Think fluency. Again, here are the instructions. Here's actually the website, by the way. Oh, it's not even on here. Never mind. Okay, so these are fluency. These are all the same. I put them in a little binder ring. Look how little this binder ring is. It's so itty bitty. But basically, they take one each year. Each year, many visitors. Each year, many visitors ride a ferry, and so on until they reach the end. And they're noticing that the last one has a period, but all of these don't, because these are fragment sentences, and this one is a complete sentence. So that is good on that one. And then the last one that I created this weekend was comprehension questions. Again, here are the instructions, and then they did tell me to put it in a binder ring. So I made 3 sets. These are all the same, it's just in a set. And so they partner read, and then they answer the questions. These are comprehension questions. Where and when does the story take place? What happens in the beginning of the story? What is the problem? How is the problem solved? How does the story end? Did you like the story? Name 3. And then it sort of kind of gets more into like detailed comprehension. Name 3 events in the story. Summarize this story. What is another way that the story could have ended? So for like my higher comprehension kids, that's perfect. Ready to go. And then I don't think I have anything. No. Okay, so like I said, I'm utilizing a lot of my space here, because I really was like, what the heck do I use these bins for? And now I know. Tomorrow, well, maybe Wednesday, I'm going to be honest. Wednesday, I'm going to try and actually get them to do like their book library. Now, I do have some kiddos that are below bin J. So I do have to go to like the storage, basically where like all of these books are held. And I have to not buy some, but I have to like bring some that are bin A, bin B, bin C, bin D, because there are some kiddos that are really lower than J. Because technically, 3rd grade should be level bin M. So if they're anything below bin M, that means they're not on level. I have a couple kids that are K and L, which means they're like at the end of 2nd grade. So they're good. It's just that they should be over here. And if they're like in the blue bins, that means they're pretty much like end of 3rd grade toward beginning of 4th grade. And you'll see more chapter books like that. All right, so that's pretty much it. We've been doing a nice job. I bought a bit. I need to sharpen all these pencils. So let me guys give you the gist of this. This is working great. I do love this automatic, like not automatic, but like you have to roll it. And it does work, right? The only problem is that, you know, I set the expectations, but they still want to play. Is that a lot of kids did not want to do this. They instead wanted to like open the lid and actually just pick one from the bin. You know, I don't really like that. So what I did, I took packing tape and I packing taped it, because, you know, and this has been for like a week now, so I want them to know that this is not what I want. I don't want you to open it and put the pencils in there. I want you to take it out from here. And so far for the past week, it's been really good. Now, some of them say, but Miss Blanco, I found a pen. Like either they bring it from the other class or, you know, they grab it from somewhere. I found a sharpened pencil, but now I can't, and it's not unsharpened, so, you know, where do I put it? So that's something that I didn't think of, right? So try to think of that, guys. Try to think of every scenario. So they're like, Miss Blanco, but it goes, like, you can't put it in here anymore because you taped it. Where do I put the sharpened pencil? So I grabbed a tissue box. Literally, it's a tissue box. I put sharp pencils only, and then on this side, found a sharp pencil, put it in the bin. So if they find a sharp pencil, they stick it in here, and then at the end of the day, I just put it back in there. So far, it's been going really great. Like, guys, you are surprisingly shocked by how many pencils. Like, but this method has been saving me so many pencils. Like I barely lose any pencils in my classroom now. This has been going great. The only thing is I might have to teach them. Oh no, I know why. Because we barely use their pencils. That's why they're a little bit sharpened. Because I'm trying to do classroom jobs where one person at the end of the day takes all the pencils out of all the desks and then they put them in here. So that's why some of them are like pretty sharpened. Because that's why we barely use them today. Because of all the Spark kids. But so far, it's going great. I was bus duty today. So technically there is like a person. But in case they're absent, they have to like, you know, ask somebody who they kind of work with, like, hey, can you be my backup in case I'm not here? Can you do the bus duty? So today that person was not here and I was bus duty and it went fine. Everybody got home, no issue, no problem. Okay, and this is like the last section, y'all. This drives me nuts. These are dictionaries that the school gave us. I did find this. I thought it was really interesting. This is like social studies. I actually found it like outside, but then I was like, ooh, this might be interesting to have. We got index cards. We got flashcards. Ooh, okay. I like this. We got stickers. So all of this came from the school. Let's see, we got pouches. I wonder what these are for though. I guess like their pencil pouch. So we're not gonna use these. I might use them for like their coupons and stickers. Let's see, what is this? Oh, more sticker. How fun. It's like stickers like in my sticker store. Oh, look at all this stuff. And so these are their book bags. So each one gets one, and then you put their name here. And then the hope is that they use these, they take it home, they read it, they have like a reading log that they have to do of how many pages and yada yada yada. And then, you know, they bring it back each day so they can read it in class as well as at home. And then after like a week or so, then they bring it back to grab a new book. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do a little dimension. I don't know if it's in there. Let's figure that out together. Okay, so no. So there is no sort of like any little label. So I am gonna have to measure how much this is and then create a label for like their thing. I could use those index cards, but they are pretty small, and my fear is that they'll like slip out because it's like, you know, it's over a while they'll slip out. So that's what my thing. So I'm gonna make one that's like the perfect size, just passing a little bit like that, so that way they're good to go. These are like good quality, and it has like a little handle. How adorable. These weren't like this when I was a kid. So that's pretty much it for Monday. Anything eventful happened? No. And yes, I know like the lights are all turned out, and that's because I do use the Promethean board a lot, especially the document camera. So whenever we do have like the overhead lights on, it has a really bad glare on the dock camera, so I have to like kind of shut that out. I do open like those windows, if you guys can see. So the windows are pretty open. So that one's pretty open, but this one is like closed because this one kind of like affects the Promethean board just a little bit more. Oh, now you guys are all dark. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for Monday. I am gonna get out of here. It's currently 4:02. Let me just measure that, like I said, so I can maybe do some at home, or I might stay till 4:30 just so I can work here at school and not at home, because home is precious to me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Hey everybody, my hair looking a little crazy. Oh, it is the end of the day. Today is Tuesday, August 29th. Guys, it was, I think today, I don't know, it's like Mondays are great.
Tuesdays are a little bit more rougher, I want to say. But it's because we did something new so that the kids were not used to. Today, let me cover up the names. We did our book bags. So these are provided to us by the district, so you guys know like my whole classroom library. So I told the kids that this one right here, this one's my classroom library. All the books belong to me. You can read them here in class, but you cannot take them home. Whereas these books are specifically provided to by the district, so they can take it home. So this is their book bag. I like the colors. I'm covering up the name. And then at the bottom of the little label, we have levels. So the one in the middle, sorry, I'm trying to do this but one-handed. The one in the middle where the Q is, that is technically the level that they're on. This was the level that they tested at the end of the year at 2nd grade. So it was me, but they were like, Miss Blanco, you should put like the level before and the level after the level. I'm like, oh, I already thought of that. I just love when things go according to plan. But so the one in the middle is their current level, and so I did the level before and then I did the level ahead of the current level. So PQR, and then they choose 2 books. I thought it was only going to be like 2 or 3 books, but the MCL said no, go ahead. They want to, we want them to have as many books as possible at home, so they say go ahead and do 6. And I was like, oh my goodness. So 2 for each level, 2 P's, 2 Q's, and 2 R's. This student was out sick, so fortunately she did not get to pick out a book, but other than that we did great. I gave them a little assessment today, so let me show you guys. You guys know that we have been working with our words and our sentences. Now they come up with the sentences, so I tell them think of a sentence with the word tale in it. And now a lot of people did get confused, like, oh, fairy tale. So I remember to show them the picture of like the actual dog tail, so then they were able to comprehend that more. And then so we did 1 through 14 as a class for the past like 5-6 days. Now their assessment, so I can take a grade for it too, because we do have grades. Progress reports are, I think, like in a week or 2 weeks, and then report cards aren't until like I think the end of September or like mid of October. I told them that they have to go ahead and continue the sentences for 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is one of my students. So here's 1 through 14, and then this is what she did. So she said like I fell on the ground. So she has the repetitiveness, just so I can see how their sentences have improved from like that first clip that I showed you guys. My cat is so soft. My dog has babies. My fish drowned. I have a pet bird. So based off the bat, like right now, I can see that we need to work on her with capitalization. I tell these guys every day, literally every single day, to make sure to capitalize. And I make sure when I'm writing my sentences, I make sure to like capitalize. Okay, it's the beginning of my first sentence. I need to capitalize the M because it's the beginning of the sentence. I say that as I write it, and literally we have it, you know, on every single sentence, but somehow it just magically escapes their brain and they keep forgetting to write the capital letter. Like, guys, and this is one of my high students too, so imagine that. She did do a good job of putting periods. She even put like an exclamation mark for my cat is so soft, and I fell on the ground. But she did just forget one period at the very end, number 20. So I technically was gonna grade them after school. I'm tired, and what time is it? It is currently 4:33, so I have to get out of here. I guess I'm just gonna have to come in the morning. I think what I'll do is I'll probably do like conferences, because I want to do conferences this year where I call the students literally a one-by-one conference. Okay, let's look at your sentences. Let's see, you know, that way it's more direct, and it's not like me just looking, all right, an 80, you know, and then just seeing that like, what did I do wrong? You know, I want them to see their mistakes, so that way they can see it when they do more sentences, because tomorrow we do have to do more words. Like, it's just 5 additional words. So that has been what we're doing today, along with the book bag. Another thing that we did, I got more better with my homeroom. My homeroom is a lot more center. Like, we do have, I think, an extra 20 minutes. So fortunately, we were able to do it with my homeroom, because I like to test it out with my homeroom first, because since they're a little bit more advanced, they're able to comprehend more better. So as you can see, this is our current journal. This is what we did August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and then 24th. The 25th I was not here. And as you can see, we started like doing the indents. Now, technically, this was like a pre-journal, because you're not technically supposed to like write your name in a journal. So today, August 29th, this is what we did. So we did, hold on, let me move y'all. So we did more of an actual journal. So August 29th, 2023. So we did not do the today is, and I'm trying to get them like to practice that they need to like put the date on like the, what is this, the right side. So they did pretty good. Okay, like some people still need help on, but they pretty good. And then our topic was my favorite animals are pandas and lions. They are my favorite because they are some of the biggest animals, and they did so good. I'm so proud of them. A lot of people were like, tarantulas, and Ms. Blanco, what's that big snake called, like the boa or like a python or something? They're like, yeah, absolutely. And some of them, you know, did like bears and giraffes, and I want them to make sure they explain it. So it's not just enough to say, you know, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite candy, what's your favorite animals. I want them to also explain why, and they did a really good job. I kind of just today said, okay, who would like to share their favorite animal and explain why, and they, oh my god, y'all, I'm so proud of them. They were, I mean, it was very short and sweet, like, I like puppies because they're so cute. Like, it's very simple, very, you know, small, but they're talking, like they're expressing, you know, what they want and then why, like their explanation. And so as we grow, as we get into the school year, they're gonna be able to like build more explanations, and oh, I can just see them proving themselves so much. And I think it's because I took my time and I model exactly what I want. Now some kids are still in La La Land. Don't get me wrong, my kids are not absolutely like perfect, right? I don't even say the word perfect in class, and if I do, my kids like, oh, you said perfect. I like to say progress, because nobody in life is perfect, right? Nobody. And I tell my kids that, like guys, nobody is perfect, all right? You may think that, but nobody is perfect. We're all making progress. We all mistakes. I literally tell them, oh, Ms. Blanco made a mistake. Let's see if Ms. Blanco can fix her mistake. And they see me fixing that mistake. And I just think it just builds the maturity. It just, you know, increases their maturity. So yeah, we're going, y'all. It was a little rough though with my second homeroom. I really need to, they're better, like their classroom management is a lot better. It's just that they're so much more louder. Like, really, like, calm down, guys. Like, it's literally like dead quiet. Not dead quiet, like there's engagement in there, but it's like nice and quiet from my homeroom. And then it's like boom, like trampoline, like shamblings, like it's so like 100% decimals, like it's so loud. In the other class, it's just the hard transition. I don't know. So that's my niche. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I do have a little bit of a mess on my desk, like freaking always, right? As you can see, my cabinet area is getting quite full. I can't get too close because it has like student information, but basically we have the sticker store, and as you can see, we are using the sticker store. I picked 2 kids at the end of the class. For the information, we have specials, like what special I go to. We have class schedule, we have class roster, we have the lesson plan, which is still on the first week of school. I barely just got the ink for my printer, so I'm gonna print it out. And then I have a sticker store winner. I can't show you because it has the names, but I put it in a little dry erase pouch, or like a little stick protector, so that way I can check off to see who are getting the stickers, so that way I know, you know, who has won already and then who has yet to win, because I want to make sure that every kid, you know, earns a sticker. So that is so far good to go. My number one thing that I've been using so far, my laminator. The laminator is precious to me right now. As you can see, I still have no work up. I know, y'all, I'm trying. Let me show you guys around the classroom. I put the headphones, they were like over here, but because we used like the book shopping today, I moved them over here. They are hanging off the ledge by just like a smidgen, but it's definitely not that bad at all. As you can see, I can't get too close, but they officially have name tags all over them. These are the name tags that I did create like at the very beginning of school. Everybody else has two. And then it kind of helps them too with division. Like, so for example, like today I kind of taught them, if you're on this side, your stuff goes on this side. If you're on this side, this stuff is on this side. The only thing that they share is their dry erase pouch, but so far, I mean, oops, try not to show y'all names. I mean, so far some kids still need to like manage, you know, what side is theirs. But I mean, it's not horrible, right? It's not 100% horrible. I love that we put the chairs up at the end every day. The only problem is I need to figure out, I mean, honestly, they don't even come in and vacuum. Like, I don't know when they vacuum. I thought that people vacuum after school, but I guess not. I guess they just wanted it to look a lot more cleaner, which this does. Definitely, it just gives like the room, like, oh, it's cleaned up for the day, right? But I do need to figure out what to do with the chairs, like right here around the small group table, just because you know, obviously it's dismissal, it's kind of chaotic. The kids are just kind of worried about, you know, their chair, and then I also have chairs like I said here, so I need to figure out, either I need to assign somebody. Oh, by the way, we do have class jobs. Hold on me. Oh, this is so tough, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, let me see. So alright, so for classroom jobs, this is just a post-it note. They actually sell these on Amazon. I found these at Walmart, but they do sell them at Amazon. I'm gonna have to block a lot of these parts out. Okay, so we have classroom jobs, we have plug-in laptops, we have a student, but unfortunately he was not here today, so I was like, okay, like, who would like to cover for him? And another student did it. And then on this side, oh my god, this is horrible, y'all. I don't know how people do this. Okay, on this side, pencil. So a student is responsible at the end of the day to make sure that they go in each person's desk and they grab the pencil and then they put it in the bin, which is over here. They put it in the bin, and then at the end of the day I sharpen and then transfer them back there. I explained the tissue box, which went amazing. Like, guys, oh my god, I love when things just come together. I was trying to find like a cute little cup, but I was like, you know what, tissue box, it works. So pencils are good. I'm gonna just distribute those tomorrow. Whew, this is my classroom. This is what it looks like. God, I just need to like rearrange this area and make it nice and neat. But so far, like, guys, it's coming together. The only area that I need to work on is this area. I showed you guys a lot of the stuff yesterday, but honestly, like, it truly is just chaotic. Like, this is my most chaotic area, so I just need to, like, you know, put stuff away. Like, I know there was one like here. Like, I don't want markers here. I have a whole bin, but my assistant, like, who's actually out for the week because she has the flu, my assistant came in and she just put stuff randomly. So I mean, I appreciate that, but I have a whole system and I just want to find the time to, like, actually, you know, do it myself and find, oh goodness, find the perfect place. Okay guys, I'm getting out of here. It is currently 4:50. Adios. By the way, I am using more of my time timer. This thing is gorgeous. It's the perfect sound. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet. Like the kids, oh my god, I love when things come together. Okay, all right, y'all. I gotta go. Okay. Oh, by the way, here is like the sticker store winner. Oh, there you go. Okay, bye guys. Hey everybody. I know I look crazy. Listen, it's the end of the day. I did not have my hair like this. I literally just put it up like 2 minutes ago because I just wanted it, you know, out of my like air face and back. Apparently I got like we were in committee meetings, and when I came back, like there's like 3 ladders and there's like wires hanging from the ceiling, so they're probably doing like some construction, and I'm just like, I hope you take this out of my room before tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Today was like a rough day. It was like a good day and it was like a rough day. So I did more oral reading analysis in the morning, so I got 3 done, so those are good to go. I just need, I think, 12 more, so that's good. We did centers today. Oh my god, yeah. I worked with Canvas for the first time, and y'all, I'm truly loving it. It's just the first day, so hopefully, and I did figure out how to connect it to Skyward. It was a whole process because my first question was, I wanted to, you know, do a YouTube link, and I figured out a way to like get it so like full screen, so that way the kids don't actually go on to like YouTube like and see like the whole little like, oh, like you know, advertisements and all like that. Instead you put like a little dash and pop up inside like the question mark. I'll put it here if I remember where to find it. And so it worked, but when I embedded it in Canvas, it worked on my computer, so I thought, oh, it's gonna work with the kids. Nope. The kids are very more strictly monitored with like YouTube and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it just did not work. I tried SafeShare because I've tried SafeShare before with Google Classroom. Nope, did not work either. So I contacted our Canvas representative. Luckily, she was here on campus because there are some days where she's here and some days that she's on other campuses. And I texted her like during recess, hey, like when you're available like on campus, can you assist me? She's like, I'm available now. Hi. Okay, I forgot where I landed off. They're coming back. They're still working. They say that they're working like to connect the cameras. I can think I hear them coming back. So I'm gonna have to end the vlog here because I do want to leave. As you guys can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear, but my voice, it's starting to be gone. It just looks so funky in this hairdo, y'all. I'm sorry. So it's not like I have a runny nose, which I'm thankful for because I do hate that. But definitely, like, I wore a mask today because I do keep coughing. It's really deep cough. I wasn't feeling well, like I said, on Friday, but I guess it just kind of kicked back up. Like on Monday I was feeling better. I did have like the cough, but that was fine. Tuesday I felt fine. I started getting a headache on Tuesday afternoon, which I normally never do, so that was kind of interesting. But before I do, I want to go ahead and show you the small group. And now I can't get too close because it does have names on them, but this is from Amazon. I can kind of show you this. So we have reading technology, and then we have, this one says Canvas, and this one says word work. Let me do it like this. And this one says partner read, but I'm going to change this to also independent read because a lot of my kids don't like reading. Oh my god, this is so tough, y'all. Don't like reading with partners. And then we do have like so many more. So we have like with teacher. I was doing independent read, so I'm going to combine these two. Possibly, I'm not quite sure. Emoji writing, that's this section right here, like I showed you guys, emoji writing. Currently here's my task. I did go ahead and let me show you guys at least one of them. So I think I told you guys that yesterday they had to write sentences for 15 through 20, and then today I met with every single student who was here who turned it in, and then like we fixed all of the mistakes. So the student got an 85, and then she did have a few more mistakes, but other than that they did really great, guys. Like for example this one, so you can see all of the mistakes, and I like to do it in green or blue or purple just so like they don't see like so much red, you know, because you know so much red can like discourage them. But so far they are doing really good. So these are all ready to go back to the students. And then that's my homeroom. So all of those are graded as well. Oh. Alrighty, so they stayed in my room. Oh gosh. I am going home. As you can see, I'm walking to my car. Y'all, look at the school. Isn't it just so pretty? I'm so excited, y'all. What was I saying, y'all, before I left y'all? Yeah, so we did stations. My homeroom did a lot better, like I said. I did like that station that I told you guys about, compound words. I had to modify it. You know how they were supposed to be like all facing down? Yeah, no, the kids, they were not ready for that. So then I told them, okay guys, go ahead and just flip them all around so you can see the words and then tear them up. And that went so much better. I'm so glad that I was able to like actually go to them and be like, okay, let me see what's going on. Because some of them were starting to like fight because they're like, no, that's not a word. And I was like, guys, we're not fighting, we're working as a team, you know. So, and then I was okay, let me see how you guys are doing it, and let me see if you're doing it how I wanted you to do it. And then I kind of figured out, okay, it's a little too hard, so let me modify it. And I was able to, you know, fix the situation. All right, so I'm here in my car. It is time for me to go home. It is currently 4:39. I'm excited to show you guys my teaching life and my sick teaching life right now at the moment. But I'm excited, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Thank you guys. Bye.